Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Good evening, lovely people. Hope you are well. And guys, do not adjust your screens. We have the one, the only, Chris Pajak, a Redmen TV Kop-ish collab. You've asked for it. We've delivered it. Chris, welcome to the show, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest with you.
Absolute pleasure having you. We said we needed to do this for ages. Obviously, you've had us on your channel and you've always been great to us. So to have you on here is an absolute pleasure. So thank you very, very much.
No problem.
Obviously, we've got to tell the people, Chris, you told us a little story before you came on about your evenings. I think it's only right that people know what you're doing behind the scenes.
I was a bit embarrassed about that, you know what I mean? No, we've just been playing footy, which is why I'm sweating. I got back about 8:30, something like that. So and basically I scored the winner. It was fantastic. It was Neil Mellor, it was Arsenal. You know, where the lads just too tired to go any further, except I've had about 3 spells in goal. There's no reason I should be this tired 60 minutes into a game of footy, but I am because I'm a fat lad who still plays footy at nearly 40 years old. So I just hit it. I caught the keeper completely napping and it went in off his knee. It was fantastic. And we were like 5-0 down at like halfway through the game and stuff. So yeah, it was great. Like, but I'm feeling it now. Like I'm a bit sore.
So anyone asking why Liverpool haven't signed a striker yet, obviously, let's put 2 and 2 together. A Kopish exclusive. We think that Chris is probably going to be signing for Liverpool imminently.
Mate, I'm telling you, right, if we played on pitches that were downhill, no one would be faster than me. I'm like the little lad in Hook who gets down and spins. You're not catching me when I hit terminal velocity. The problem is I can't actually run. That's just the weight getting carried. You know what I mean? But if we play downhill, I'm all right.
How's it going? Right, Chris?
Yes, I do. Matt Drift.
Cool.
Good. So, Chris, as our guest, we want to first and foremost speak about the Euros. So, obviously, Euros finished recently. Italy were the winners. What are your overall thoughts about the Euros and how it ended? Did you expect Italy to win? What are your overall feelings about the competition?
Yeah, I expected Italy to win. I think everyone does one of those sorts of things where they try and work out who's going to be in the final. So I did that after the group stages, and I actually had Italy beating England in the final. Like there was loads of them that I got wrong, but I did get that right, and I threw it in the WhatsApp, like so everyone saw it, and obviously I pulled it up as soon as it happened and stuff like that. So no, I expected it. I love the Euros, to be honest. I'm not an England fan. It's like a lot of people know, like a lot of Liverpool fans aren't England fans, are they?
We're
especially people from, so, and that's it. Like so, but I enjoyed it. For me, that was the most enjoyable Euro since Euro '96. Like I loved Euro '96. I was like 14 at the time. You know, when footy is your life. Like, you know, every player in every league from the age of about 14 until about 20 when you go to uni and you discover other things, shall we say. So that time, like 1996 Euros, was amazing. And then obviously now, it was just a great tournament. Like the footy was brilliant and the results surprised, and we got to see some really top-class teams as well in England.
Completely agree. Matt, Chris said there was a lot of surprises. What was the biggest surprise for you in this competition?
Ooh, do you know what? Probably France, you know? Like, I was actually so shocked that, like, France got knocked out. In fact, furthermore, do you know what? All the big hitters, when you think about it, so you got France, you got Netherlands, even Spain as well. They actually surprised me that they got knocked out. I generally thought at least one of them would make it to the final. It was Italy. And I didn't expect that because obviously when you think about Italy didn't even qualify for the World Cup, right? So everyone's probably thinking, are they good enough or are they the dark horse? And I have to say, I underestimated them a lot. And it just goes to show you should never underestimate talent and quality because look what's happened. Like Italy, You know, they came and I think they surprised everyone. I think they were the whole surprise of the whole tournament. When I think about it now, Italy they were the biggest surprise because I don't think anyone would have picked them as the favourites.
I agree. Drift, do you echo that? Was France losing the biggest shock for you in the Euros?
Who they lost to, yeah. Not necessarily them going out, because I actually thought Portugal would win it, who let me down even more than France did. I feel like it was a team they went out to. It's Switzerland in the end, right? That not France.
Yeah.
And it was on penalties as well. It wasn't even like a fluke 90-minute goal. Like they took them all the way and then beat them on penalties. So everyone who wants to say that Saka and Rashford ain't good, then that means Mbappe's not good then, innit? Because he was the reason why France lost that shootout. So keep the same energy, you know what I mean? And yeah, not a shock they went out, just who they went out to.
Fair dues. Yeah. Sly Ross here with our first super chat. Thank you, Sly Ross. Romano says that Pajak is untouchable. We must look elsewhere. Chris, we've got you here. Is that true? Have you priced yourself out of a move to Liverpool?
Just a couple of Krispy Kremes is all I'd go for, mate. I mean, not much, you know what I mean? Just a couple of donuts and fine wine. That'll do me, mate. I'd do anything to pull that shirt on, but they don't do them in my sizes in them match kits.
Yeah, you'd have to get a jersey one. I tried on, well, not tried on, I put on my Vapor one from last season the other day, and let's just say it's hugging me a bit better than I'd want it to hug me at the moment.
Lockdown pounds, Colin, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're all carrying a few lockdown pounds.
I'm carrying a lot of lockdown pounds at the moment. So, I don't know.
I think I'm the only one who lost weight through this pandemic, to be honest.
You are. I don't know how you did it, but it's rough at the moment. Imagine this.
Genetics, that's all it is, bro.
So I was at work today, so I went and got lunch, and imagine, so I've been going to the Caribbean shop that near my workplace because it's where I grew up, and he's known me since maybe I was about 14 or 15, but he hadn't seen me for a couple of years. I've gone in there to order some food. He's looked me up and down and gone, you put on weird. I was like, yeah, I don't think it was that much. And then he's gone, you still want some food? I'm like, oh yeah, obviously I do. Like, you're mugging me.
I didn't just come in to say hello, you know what I mean?
I said you put on some weight, you know, that's what I said.
Yeah. Then had the cheek to give me some of the finest cuisine as well. So what can you do, man? What can you do? But
it's not when people do that though, isn't it? Because I go to my barber, like I've been going to her for years, and she goes, "You won't be coming here much longer, you mate." I'm like, what? And she's like, you're bald, and I'm like, oh my god, like it's going back, it's going there. I'm like, you don't need your barber telling you that, you know what I mean?
Been there.
Yeah, man. I'm not far away, I don't think.
Oh, boy.
I tell you, go to the point where it's like, bro, I'm not cutting your hair anymore. I'm not gonna cut your hair. I'm your boy. We're family. You can do this yourself now. I'm not charging you for this anymore. What's the point? What's the point? He forced me into it, man.
Oh boy. So obviously at the moment we're in silly season. Transfer rumours left, right and centre. 1 minute we're getting Saul, the next minute he's going Barcelona. Now he's back off the market for Barcelona and we're linked to him again. So Chris, for yourself, out of all the transfer rumours we've seen so far, which is the one player you desperately like us to sign?
Well, the rumours today were Federico Chiesa, weren't they? Like, did you see them? What was it? Gazzetta dello Sport or something like that. And it's not really a rumour because they literally said they're not selling him. But his name was linked with Liverpool Football Club, and that's the one I got a hard on for because he's just bossing. He like, you know what I mean? And you look at him, and he's just. I was talking to Neil Jones from Goal about this before. He's just got everything that you want as a Liverpool player. Like he's got the skills. He can play right side, he can play left side, but he's got that gnaw that Suarez has. Like he doesn't want to give up. He just wants to win. Like that winning mentality over and over and over again. And that to me, when I look at it, I go, that's a Liverpool player. That's the one that excites me the most. And not just from the tournament, by the way, because it would be really un-Liverpool like to buy someone at their absolute peak value. Like that's not what Liverpool do. So I know we're not going to sign him and I'm not basing it just on his performance in the Euros either. He's been a top-class player for a couple of years. That's why you want to buy someone like him. That's the one that I obviously, and Mbappe, obviously. Right?
Yeah, of course.
That can wait a year, can't it?
Yeah, get him on a free next year. Drift, who have you seen that really tickles your fancy out of all the transfer rumours and gossip?
They keep getting knocked back. Like you said, the Saul one was picking up a bit of speed, even though I wasn't really too keen on him. And then it just got battered away. So I'd probably say it's got to be the Basuma talk, because originally it was Arsenal that were very strongly linked with him, and apparently he's an Arsenal fan, like he grew up an Arsenal boy. And that was the one that I thought, we'll lose him to Arsenal then, because if he supports Arsenal, a little bit like Oxlade-Chamberlain when he was going to leave Arsenal, it was only Liverpool he wanted to sign for because he supports Liverpool. And then obviously it was looking like Arsenal was going to look elsewhere, meaning obviously he'll pick Liverpool if Arsenal look elsewhere. And I was getting excited about that one, but that one's gone a little bit more quiet now. But I want the Basuma one to pick back up again. That's the guy that I like the look of.
Fair dues. And then Matt, same question to you. So I just asked the guys, out of all the transfer gossip and rumours, who is the one player that you'd love us to sign from the rumours?
Ooh, if I'm being honest, Saul, I really want to get Saul. But again, from what you see today, actually, do you know what? When I checked on Twitter like about an hour ago, it did say the Saul move to Barcelona is broken down, like the whole thing with Griezmann.
They want João Felix instead.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, I really rate Saul, and I think, he didn't have a great season last season, but I think he's a quality player. Like, he's quality. Another player, though, that I will throw in there is Barella. We've only been loosely linked with him. But I remember Barella, before he went to Inter Milan, I think he was at... my days, I'm trying to remember the club he was at. Anyway, he's a baller as well. He's a little bit like Verratti, but I think, dare I say, he's not as technical, but he can go about himself. And I like what he can bring to the table. And he showed it for Italy as well. So those are the two players that I would love at Liverpool. But, I think if we're going to get one of them, from what it looks like, it probably is Basuma, most likely, if I was guessing. Or they might throw a crazy one, and it might be John McGinn for like 60 mil. Who knows?
I'd be
Liverpool are interested in him. Liverpool are interested in John McGinn.
We are. But again,
I'd be shocked
is he
for
the
60
guy?
mil though.
Like, here's the thing. I like John McGinn. I like what he brings to the table. But Chris, let me ask you: do you think, like, all the players we've been into, is he the one that will be at the forefront for you, or?
I'm not tenting when he's coming, am I? You know what I mean? I'm not like I'm not getting full hard for John McGinn. Like, just the way it is. You just can't, can you? You know,
for real, you can't. Yeah.
No, just because of his name. It's just not as sexy as Sal Niguez, is it? You know what I mean? You just don't get excited over players like that. And look, he's a good player, but he's not. You go from third in the league to first in the league with John McGinn. You don't. Like, he'll be a great fit for our system, and Klopp will get the best out of him. And I understand all of that stuff, right? But he's not one that's going to get you excited. He's one where you look back in years' time and go, what a job Gini Wijnaldum did. Like, being a part of it. He's not the one who was at the front, Salah scoring the goals, or, Trent Alexander-Arnold whipping the assists. He's part of the team. And I get you need all that. You can't have a team of Cristiano Ronaldo's. You never can do. You can't have 11 world-class players who play like that and stuff like that. But I'm never going to get excited about those players until I see them in the system. And when I see them in the system and I see what they're doing, then I'll go, you know what a player. But I'm not going to get excited before it happens.
Yeah. Fully agree.
11 Ronaldos. All the manager would say is, pass! that would be the whole 90 minutes. Right.
Shooting from the goalie.
Before you move on, Cal, just quickly. Did I hear you say that Barcelona went and was like, all right, we want Sal. Would you take Griezmann? And I played a couple, yeah, sure, cool. We'll have Greasy back. Wait, Greasy? Cool. And then Barcelona went, nah, they want him. Actually, do you know what? No, we actually want Felix. Sorry, we didn't mean Saul. We said, is that really what Barcelona tries to do? Are they the biggest pricks on the planet, or what?
When have you known Barcelona to be polite and mannersable?
Oh my God. Can you imagine? Literally, they actually It's like they're winning and picked up Saul, realized Felix was there, and tried to quickly grab his hand and walk out with him. But like, hold on, where you going, bro? Where you going? Come here, mate. Like, Barcelona are idiots, man. I swear that.
Zlatan Ibra, thank you for your super chat. Chiesa won't come to the Prem. Spaghetti and meatballs for fish and chips. Well, to be fair, you can get both dishes in Italy and England.
Might not be the same, but you can get both. You know what I mean?
Tell you what, if you go to the seaside and get them fish and chips, it's rivalry. I'm telling you. Like, seaside fish and chips, don't play with it. I'm telling you.
Well, just ask Virgil and Klopp.
No, but if you're gonna ask Virgil and Klopp, you got to add in some donuts as well. Though. You have to sprinkle some donuts in there. Do you know what I mean?
Nothing like Blackpool.
Seaside donuts, bro. You can't beat seaside donuts.
Blackpool donuts. There's a reason why we got caught. You know, there's a reason why.
When they're warm, fresh off the
undeniable.
press.
They blatantly just saw the sugar trail in it and just saw these lot walking on the pier.
So that's it. That's why we lose out to players in London. No one's told them that you can get warm donuts from about 45 minutes away from Liverpool and Blackpool.
Can't say it, man.
Oh,
man. For a reason.
Indeed.
Got them in town. They just taste of oil in town. They're just not good in town. You put the dripping, it's disgusting, and the sugar just falls off.
Oh, man.
Mario says, do you think Klopp will play a back three of Gomez, Virgil and Konate in certain games, allowing Trent and Robbo to be even more attacking? Chris, as our guest, I'll ask you that first. Do you reckon we'll see three at the back some games?
No, not really. Klopp is quite conservative, isn't he? I think. And, you know, we saw that the year before we won the league where there were games, Everton, Manchester United, where you just wanted him to go a bit balls out and go for the win a little bit more. Yeah. And I think that the next season he realised that you can't be quite as conservative. So he probably went against his sort of natural instincts and started throwing on things because I think he realised that you can't be conservative to beat Manchester City to the league title when they were that good. So for me, I always sort of err on the side of caution when I'm trying to predict what Jurgen's going to do. So I'm looking at it and going, look, he plays pretty much the same front three and the same back four and the same goalkeeper every game if he can. And he'll change the midfield up when he's got midfielders just to keep it fresh in that engine room. And I think he likes that. I think he likes that consistency. And he's not one really where we've seen him go to, 4-2-3-1 on occasion. We've seen him play three at the back once or twice. But until he starts showing me that he's going to do it, I'm not going to guess that that's what he's going to do. Because for the last 3-4 years, he's played 4-3-3. And we're going to continue to see 4-3-3 until we don't see 4-3-3 anymore. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just not going to put my neck on the line and go, yeah, he's going to change to three at the back. Because I've not seen anything that says he's going to play three at the back.
I think he's maybe played three at the back once since he's been at Liverpool. And that was against Brighton in the 17-18 season. I think Genie and Emre Can were playing in the back three, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so Genie's played there. Yeah, Genie played in the back three in that game.
I remember.
Did we bring Woodburn on in that game and change it back into a?
Yeah, we did. I think towards the end of the game,
I think so.
We did give Brighton a hiding that day. To be fair, like Coutinho, Firmino, Salah, they were on absolute fire that day. So, but I mean, I don't see Klopp doing it. I don't know. Matt Drift, do you reckon?
No, I don't want him to. I don't like three at the back. I really don't like three at the back. Screams to me, we're not good defensively. Allow us. That's what it says to me. I don't like it. You know what I mean? I like just two set the back. They talk to each other. All of that, like freeze the crowd and all that. I just want four at the back, man.
Yeah, I don't see it at the moment. I don't see Klopp going to back three. I'll be shocked if he does. Now, here's the thing, though. I know a lot of people don't like a back three. But one thing I will say is that bringing in Konate, and let's just say, for example, the other centre-backs are able to be fit enough throughout the season, we could actually play a back three for the first time in years, though. I know some people also think as well, playing a back three means being defensive, but you can change it into an offensive-like formation if you've got the right players. But as things stand, I have to agree with Chris, I don't see Klopp doing it unless we had some major, dare I say, crisis in midfield where he's like, okay, we've got to load up more at the back, and then maybe we'll put all the, you know what I mean? I think he'll do stuff like that, but I don't see Ronaldo.
It was Mario that asked that question, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And, I'll flip it on to you then. Who plays the left side of the centre backs? Because we bought Gomez, who plays right side. We've got Kanate, who's going to play right side for us. So you're moving Van Dijk out to the left-hand side there. That seems like he's the centre of your defence, isn't he?
Yeah.
Van Dijk is the centre of your defence in a 3, surely.
I think it'd be Gomez. I know, obviously, Gomez had experience playing left back for us, and
that's what I was thinking.
I think Gomez would be the most sort of easiest player to put there, but again, still wouldn't be comfortable with it. I'd prefer left footed. What are you going to say, Ben Davies?
We're sleeping on the hologram, Ben Davies. You know, we're sleeping on him. We haven't seen him. Well, we're still sleeping on the hologram. We don't know what he's about. He's got a left foot.
If we're being ultra honest with ourselves, not that he's a better player, but just thinking about how it would work positionally, wouldn't Phillips be the better one to play on the left side of a 3 at the back?
No.
Phillips would have to play in the middle. No, because when you're playing I think he'd be all right out on that left side.
No, because Phillips
you have to remember if you've got to cover the right or left back positions if you're part of the back 3. Phillips getting out to the wing we don't want to see that. You guys know how much I love Phillips here.
Have you not seen the training video where Phillips literally is like on the floor heading the ball? Have you not seen it? The ball was a little bit out of his zone, and this guy was already on the floor. Could you imagine him going out to left back?
But that's the reason why I like the idea of it, because what you lot are only thinking about is like if somebody was attacking down that side, which is fair enough because that can happen. But I'm thinking about crosses getting swung in to a back post, and who would you want more than Phillips ready to head away a back post cross? Because remember, if you're on that side, you'll be doing a lot of clearances from crosses coming from the opposite side. Trent does let his wingers cross quite a lot, and if he's even further up the field, they'll probably cross a bit more. Phillips at the back post would be better than Gomez in the air. I'm just saying, it ain't the worst thing in the world if it was Phillips playing that left side.
The problem we've got here is we haven't got enough centre backs to play 3 at the back. We need to buy another one, wouldn't we? So our backups are then Nat Phillips, Reece Williams. Who else we got?
Matip.
Matip. That's why you forgot because he barely plays. This is the problem.
Yeah. Matip's one of the best centre backs we've got. I think Matip might be the second best centre back we've got every time he's on the field. It's mad because he's one of those players, isn't he? Who he can be out for 6 months and he can just be Matip again. It doesn't take time because he's so used to coming back from injuries. He's just got that sort of I'm just fine at coming back in. But you can't rely on Joel Matip and. Yeah. Unfortunately, I love him. I think he's brilliant, but you just can't rely on his body, can you?
Yeah, it's such a shame because I agree with you. I think Gomez is fantastic when he's on form. Konate, obviously, we expect to be good, but when Matip is fully in form, like him and Virgil for me is the best partnership in the league by quite a distance as well.
I would go so far as to say when we won the Champions League. Or was it when we won the...
No, it was Champions League.
He was the best centre-half the last 12 weeks of that season.
Yes.
I actually genuinely think he was playing better than Virgil van Dijk at the back end of that season.
And the start of the 1920 season as well. He was playing the best until he got injured.
What 18-19 season? You think? So at the back end of that season?
Yeah, the back end of that season and then the start of 1920.
Do you know what?
Virgil was quality, obviously, but
I was going to say because that's Virgil's for me. Maybe you guys might be right, but you know what it is? When I think of the 18-19 season, I think that was Virgil's year, like Ballon d'Or year. I've never seen a defender so good for a whole calendar year. And again, obviously there's great defenders that have gone by, but you know when Cannavaro won it in 2006, I think that was the last defender to win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. Virgil should have been that next defender. And again, what it is in today's game is obviously. When it comes to awards, they do favour the attacker always. And don't get me wrong, Messi was absolutely sensational that year. Let's not take nothing away. But for a defender, bro, they started making jokes about how no one dribbled past Van Dijk and all these things, and it was just crazy. To see, he
wasn't even a joke. It was serious.
It's true. It became a stat, though, Chris. It became a stat next year when they're like, "Oh, no one's been able to dribble past Van Dijk," and it's well, it's true, isn't it?
Has anyone dribbled past him now?
Saka did it. Saka was the first to do it.
No, Pepe. Pepe was Pepe.
Oh, Pepe, it was. You're right.
Oh,
so
even
that, was that even a real dribble? Did he really? Yeah. When I looked there, they were side by side. I don't even feel like he really got past him.
I think he ran it out of play afterwards as well. I think he gave him the dribble.
We don't count that.
And then I think he gave us a goal kick.
There you go. We don't count.
I think we're like 3 years down the line, and Van Dijk ain't even been dribbled past all now.
That's what I'm saying. He's the guy, bro.
What is going on?
It's
What
quality.
is going on?
Matt Hayes says from Tottenham blog says Chris talking about transfers as if Tottenham don't already have the best squad in the league. That
crazy.
is yeah.
He's crazy.
He even put the laughing emoji as well after, so he even knows
because
what
he said it to me in a show on his channel.
Oh, swear.
Swear down. Last season, before the Liverpool Tottenham game, he was giving it the big one about how Tottenham have the best squad in the league. And I think I can't remember who I said, but I think I said City have the best squad. Liverpool have the best team, obviously, when Van Dijk and that was fit, but I'm not sure he was fit at the time. But Matt knows he's talking shite.
Shout out to Matt. Go and follow his channel if you don't follow it already. Obviously, I see a few other channels here. So we've got 1892 Reds podcast. Go and give them a look as well. Had a fantastic interview with James Pearce recently, so go check that out. Dave's LFC Chats was here as well. Shout out to Dave's LFC Chats, and obviously Chris from Redmen TV. You should be following Redmen TV. If you're not, make sure you do it after the show, people. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says, won't sign anyone because we won't sell anyone on time. I disagree. I'm not massively optimistic about the window. But I do actually think we'll sign some players. And I think it's worth noting, so as things stand at the moment, I think we've got either 17, 18 or 19 non-homegrown players in the squad. So, yes, we can still add players to the squad who are non-homegrown and they can fill a spot in the squad. However, if we were to do that, for example, and leave Shaqiri out of the 26-man squad, anyone who's buying Shaqiri suddenly goes from saying, yep, we may have to pay 25 mil to we pay 10 mil, because if Liverpool don't sell, you just got a player you're paying wages to for a whole season who you know you can't play. I don't think it makes logical sense for us to actually buy anyone now until we sell a couple of players, and not just from a sell to buy aspect. I think from a logical aspect. Matt, Drift, Chris, I don't know if you agree with my sentiments there. What do you guys think?
Disagree, bro. We deal with how we get rid of them when the time comes, bro. Like, I'm hungry now, bro. I don't want hypotheticals. I don't want something to say to me. Right, we're gonna get takeaway, but we don't know what we're gonna eat. Can you wait an hour? No, I'm hungry now. Yeah, but think about it. Then a deal might come up. You know, deals normally come up past a certain time. No, what if they don't? You made me wait another hour for no reason. Look, we spend a little bit extra on this pizza. Who cares? I want it now. I can't wait an hour, bro. That's how I look at the transfer. Like, we'll get rid of the players once we've got who we got in. Worry about that afterwards, bro.
But Liverpool, here's the thing though. What you're saying may be true, but Liverpool always know every Thursday when Uber Eats send that offer, as you're talking about food, they send that offer every evening at 8. Liverpool are banking on it. They know it's going to come through. It's just a matter of waiting. And this is why when I say, and I said it on Twitter as well, obviously no one wants to hear things like Liverpool haven't got necessarily money to stump up 50 million straight away or 60 mil to go and buy whoever, but they're banking on players being sold. I am very, very confident Liverpool will sell these players. And even if they don't sell those players at the price that they want to, I still think we'll get rid of them. So whether we're probably right now waiting for that ideal price, right? So Grealish might be 15, Harry Wilson might be 15 as well. Maybe people are bidding 8 or 10. Liverpool are like, no, we want more. I'm pretty confident, bro. This is Michael Edwards. Remember, Liverpool, listen, last season, we didn't think was getting Thiago. We didn't think was getting Jota. And everyone was going into
keep Gene either.
Yeah, and we was going into a frenzy. Like, we're not buying no players. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen again, but I'm just saying, let's just give Liverpool to the end of the window. That's what I'm doing. I don't want to get carried away because so much can happen, bro. It's like a domino effect as well. Once one person goes, another person goes, then you see where we are. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I would say personally.
What about yourself, Chris?
I'm kind of, I'll tell you what, can I link it into what's happened with Kabak?
Yeah, go for it.
Because you do not want to be in a situation where you're offering your player around for 8.5 million. Because no one's going to go, I tell you what, you just offered me him for 8.5. We agreed 18 7 months ago. What are they going to say in 2 weeks? Like, you know what I mean? They're desperate for money at the moment. Yeah. And so you don't want to be in a situation. And let's be honest, I think the other thing here we've been trying to get rid of a few of these players for quite some time. Like, I'm not fully confident that these lads are going to go out the door because we've probably been trying to get rid of Shaqiri, or we'd have been open to Shaqiri going or Origi going for at least the last 12 months. And the problem here is you've got, and sort of back to what you're saying, Cal, for me, you do have spaces in the squad, and we do pay good money for players. So you can't, like, if they don't sell and you've got Grujic on your books, maybe not a big earner, Shaqiri, I'm not sure, Origi, you know, all these lads eating money every single month. That's just money you're losing over and over again for them not even to be able to sometimes get in the squad. Like, it's mad because, and that's the tightrope in it. And also, I think Liverpool played the game really well for me. Is they want people to think that they have to sell because it put them in a better bargaining position when you're negotiating transfers. Because if everyone knew that they didn't have to sell players and Liverpool went in, well, 80 million, no. But now they're like, oh, we've been sell to buy. You've seen it in the papers, lads. Come on. You've seen that we're sell to buy. We can't afford those prices. Give us Thiago for 29 million. In what world do you get Thiago for 29 million quid? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. It frustrates me. It does frustrate me because, look, I'd like it to be Liverpool go, poof, here you go. Here's the player we want. Here's the player we want. But it's better the devil you know sometimes, isn't it, unfortunately? And they have, generally speaking, got a lot of things right. And Michael Edwards is very good at his job, and Jurgen Klopp's a very good coach when you do get players. So I am for, sometimes I don't want to trust them, but I do trust them.
Yeah, I think we've got to kind of be patient, see what happens. I'll be honest, I kind of like, obviously as content creators, we all know it's a bit frustrating that we kind of just go off rumours every day. But at the same time, we saw what happened with the Virgil van Dijk thing. We actually, as fans, we should not want stuff to get leaked because if it does, we see what ends up happening. We don't get the player we want. The club that are looking to sell to us get peed off with us, and it leaves us in a crap situation. So I'm actually all right with Liverpool keeping their cards close to their chest as long as they address the situation. Like, you can't just keep your cards close to your chest and not have any decent cards in your deck. So
we've got to sign a striker this summer. Because if you do get rid of Shaqiri, Origi, probably Minamino, like there's 3 forwards that you're basically getting rid of. So who are you going to put in? Yeah, I mean, Harvey Elliott's going to be a great talent, high ceiling. Is he good enough now? Don't know. Quite honestly, don't know. Tore it up last season, brilliant, whatever. But, like, he's 18. Like, you saw what City were able to do with Foden. They know how talented he was, and they barely used him for a couple of years until he was ready to make that impact, wasn't it, for Manchester City? And last season was his big season. So, 4 players is decent from 4, but we've got 2 of the lads going out for a month in January. So what happens then? Like, Harvey Elliott's going to be playing. Who are we going to put in alongside them?
This is what I mean, man. And not even just that. Off of Shaqiri just had a very good Euros. If there's anyone who should be able to spin that in a transfer, it's Edwards. Like, Shaqiri's proven his work. He's proven that when he's fit, he can bang. He even was captain for a game. I don't think we should have any problem shifting Shaqiri. Like, I feel like that one that one's got to be the easier one out of all of our players to get rid of because he's a talent. He's still relatively young. Was he about 27? He's still relatively young. Yeah, Shaqiri.
I reckon she must be older than that. I reckon Shaqiri much
29? 29?
Yeah, I guess 29.
If he's 29, I'll be super shocked. But regardless, I still think we should be able to get rid of him for 15 mil minimum easy. Shaqiri's a talent. And I mean, this is no shade at all, Matt. This is just what I saw yesterday / this morning. But I've already seen the Naby looking hench in training PR for spin. And I'm like, oh, bloody hell, they're really going to do this. Naby can be fit for a season. I'm like, look, man, just get this sorted out, man. I don't want to see how good Naby looks in training. And I don't want to see Klopp talking to Ox and Naby with memes saying, wow, first one to get injured is getting shot at Hoffenheim. I don't need any of this because the funny thing is we laugh because we know how real it is. Like, these are jokes that actually are kind of true.
I know.
When I saw that meme, I was genuinely in stitches.
If they fuck this chance up, it is done. You know what I mean?
I think Liverpool. We see when it comes to Oxford Naby, I think Liverpool are playing it smart because they've both got 2 years left. If I had to bet, I reckon they're both available, but obviously you just got to match their price. I reckon if you match their price, I don't think Liverpool are going to set it up for sale. That's just what I think anyway. I think they're both up for. When I say up for sale, I don't mean like Liverpool going to brief every agent and say these players are available. But I think if a club says Naby Keita or Ox, 20 mil, 25 mil, whatever, I reckon Liverpool will go, yeah, do you know what? Cool. And I think they have to do that whole PR thing, because if not, if we start doing the whole, I don't know, that play them down or whatever, people won't make bids for them. And not only that, they might even wait for their contracts to run out and then we lose them on a free. So that's why we got to play the game.
Oh, no, 100%. No, I totally agree with that. You know I do. From a business point of view, I get it. But there's too much of me that can't help but feel like it's not for the business, it's for us. It's to try and get us, the fans, to get all hyped up like Naby's put on a couple extra pounds of muscle, so he's going to be stronger next season. I don't care about that. I just want to see him on the pitch, man.
But so do I. I'm sure he does as well. Listen, I'm sure he does. Listen, any player will tell you, like, probably the most frustrating thing is injuries, you know. Because there's one thing,
Of course.
it's the injuries that are killer when you know how good you are. Like, look at Daniel Sturridge, like one of my favourite players. Like, if it wasn't for injuries, you see the way how people like talk about Kane in like today, they'll be talking about Daniel Sturridge. Trust me. In my opinion, Daniel Sturridge has more ability than Harry Kane and potentially could have been a better striker, like overall. But injuries obviously hampered him, and you know what I mean? It's one of them ones.
I agree with that.
Liam Kenny with another super chat here. So, evening, guys. Question time. We sell Taki, Shaq, Origi, Naby, and Wilson, etc., and we get in option 1 or option 2. So option 1 is Basuma, Sanchez, and Vlahovic, and Neto. Or option 2 is Saul, Rafinha, Adama, and you keep Origi. Chris, which option are you taking? 1 or 2?
Spoiled it.
Shut up, bro.
I'm gonna put Origi in that package. Horrible.
To make it look good. What else do you think?
I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to pick one there, to be honest with you. Sal, Rafinha, Adama Traore, yeah. But you keep Origi. So we didn't sell him. Wait there. Basuma, Sanchez. We got 2 midfielders. That's tough, like, because I just don't see that you would buy Rafinha and Adama Traore because they both essentially play the same position. So it seems a bit redundant. And they both also play in Salah's position, which seems a bit crazy. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Vlahovic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'm going to sit on the fence with splinters in my ass.
I'm just going to be open and honest with everyone. Everyone knows my game by this point. I saw Neto in option 1. I'm picking option 1. Like, it just is what it is, people. Call me biased, call me whatever. I saw Neto there. I'm picking option 1.
Bruv, I saw Rafinha in option 2, and then I saw it. And again, it sounds disrespectful, but you're keeping Divock Origi. Like, it don't make sense. Like,
Doesn't make sense to you.
I'll be honest with you, option 1 looks way tastier. Basuma, we know, is proven. But then again,
Sanchez is injury prone as anything as
prone.
well.
Can we just... do you know what? Yeah, I'll take option 2, but I'll just put Origi on loan and I'll have that space free. So down the line, I can make a transfer. I'll do that.
Drift, I'm guessing you're taking option 2.
I'll do that, man.
Yeah. I mean, all I said was Naby was looking hench in pictures, PR spin. All of a sudden, Matt looks a bit hurt. So he's coming for Origi. That's fine. But yeah, not just because it was keep Origi, because Rafinha, I hear what Chris is saying about they both do play Salah's position, but I think Rafinha could be trained into covering Mane's under Klopp. I think if Klopp said, right, I think you've got enough talent, I'll swap you over. Same what he did with Mane when we bought Salah, play him over that side, and then we got Adama and Rafinha to back up the 2 big boys. That would be some pretty good options, you know what I mean? And Saul, everybody's loving Saul. I personally would rather Basuma, but Saul's still real tasty. So I think even if you take Origi out, I think that option might be more attractive to us than the first one anyway. You know what I mean?
Fair
Just
dude.
cherry on top when you keep Origi, innit?
See? I didn't even have to say nothing for you. You kind of said it for me, bro. There you go.
Abubakar says, how are you going to put Adama Traore and Origi on my days count? Well, it wasn't me. I didn't come up with someone sent the question in. I can't get blamed for this. I can't get thrown under the bus for this. I wish I never heard
super chats into your own channel.
Yeah.
Under a black
My burner
name.
account.
What's going on, Cal?
Liam's my nickname. A couple more super chats. So Moose LFC21 says, Sky Sports, Liverpool are going to make an offer for Barella in the next couple of days. Don't know how reliable they are, but looks like a midfielder is 100% coming. Remains to be seen.
How much for Barella? How much did they say?
They said 70 million for Barella.
70 million for Barella. I tell you what, if we was to put a bid in for Barella for 70 mil, that must mean we found a buyer for Divock Origi. It's going to be like 35 mil. That's the honest truth. It's got to be. Sell to buy, bro.
Hey, it's one of those Mr. Kipling Bakewell tart cherries. They don't expire, bro. They don't.
No, they do expire, Drift.
No, they don't.
If you leave it long enough, they expire. Believe me.
Rob, check the box.
Nah, the rest of the cake expires and that cherry just sits there, bro.
Nah, bro, you're not right. Your stomach is better than mine, bro.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I dash the cherry away. I don't eat it. So,
Jamie Phillips says the rumor is that we are going to play 3 at the back. Shout out to Jamie Phillips. Mario says, can also see Jurgen managing Firmino's game time a lot next season. This is a big season for Jota, I feel. On the Jota thing, so again, as much as we love Firmino, we've kind of realised he's not the striker that's pretty much going to take us to the next level at this point in where we are as a club. Jota last season was absolutely brilliant for us when he was fit and when he was available. I know, Chris, the first thing you said, or one of the first things you said today was we need a striker, and I agree with you. But is there an argument to say Jota can be that man next season and we don't have to buy a striker?
Oh, look, I'm not sure, mate, to be honest with you, Cal. I think there's a Salah can play the 9. Jota's just a natural finisher as well. Mane was the top scorer at the football club when he played right wing. You know, Drifty mentioned he played right wing, that season before Salah was there. But I think he's going to be faithful to Firmino, to be honest with you. And I think it's going to be one of them where Jota's going to have to fight big time and prove that he's better for the team. And he might be, you know what I mean? And goals might be the difference. It might be that we can get a player who's going to link play in the middle, maybe Thiago a little bit more than, what Firmino used to do for us as such. But Firmino and Mane were really good at the end of last season. I think, there are a lot of times when they weren't good last season. The first half of the season, I don't think they were great at all. But they came good towards the end. And I do think he's probably going to trust Firmino to go into this season. I can see the smirks on the faces saying, "Oh, I don't really want that." But no. I think they are.
No, this is anytime we talk about Bobby, Cal gets a bit sensitive. So.
Yeah,
Bobby.
So shout out to Chris Pratt from LFC Day Trippers, and shout out to the Day Trippers as well. You could see the pain in Callum when they said Firmino isn't the main man anymore. Deep breaths, mate. You'll get through this. Everyone knows. Look, even Chris and the guys at the Red Men know I'm a Bobby fan. I've got a Bobby mask. My little one calls Firmino Uncle Bobby. He actually calls Liverpool Bobby. When he sees Liverpool on the TV, he calls it Bobby. That is my fault, but I'm not even upset about it. I'm happy about that. It hurts me that we are speaking about Firmino like this, but my main priority is Liverpool Football Club, and I want to see the best for the club, and I genuinely don't think Firmino down the middle is the best anymore.
Oh, so let's go with the notion that he does keep him down the middle, because Chris has got a point. There's a 75% chance that's actually the plan. It's not even to buy a striker. That's the plan. I watched him in the Copa America, and I think he made a difference in every way, whether he started or came off the bench. He actually changed Brazil, and it made me realise he should have just been off in the beginning in the final. I think he would have definitely had a bigger impact on that game. As Chris also said, he finished the season well. And I think a lot of people are downplaying what he did towards the end because it's become a little bit easy to stick it on Bobby. Even I've been a bit guilty of it because he'll miss a guilt-edge chance 5 minutes before we go live, and you're like, I'm done with this guy as our striker. Like, I can't be bothered with no more. But you also know that I've said we've got to keep the same energy. When other people do stuff, we don't go as hard because we seem more frustrated with him because he's the furthest from what he was at his peak at the moment. But what if we do keep him up front and he regains form? What if we just give him a proper summer off and he actually gets 4 or 5 weeks before we don't just rush him back. Like, we actually give him a proper holiday, play Jota there till he comes back. He comes back, he's fresh, he comes in. What about giving Bobby one more chance in terms of if it means we get proper wide players? Because if we don't do anything, then I'm going to be really annoyed about it. But we're going to get a real classy Rafinha or somebody proper out wide, and then we're like, well, we spent the money on him, so we're just going to go one more with Jota as the backup. Then those two up front, I'm kind of all right with it, to be honest with you.
Matt, I don't agree with her. And again, it hurts me to... I feel like you're setting me down the road.
That's fair. I can see a beautiful little Rafinha Bobby linking up. But
yeah, but what you just said there is very, like, even for that to happen, that means Rafinha's got a side, which I don't think is happening. Secondly,
yeah, but
you're
asking, bro. We get a proper wing player, and then we go with Jota and Bobby as the striker.
All right, listen, I'll put you like this year. So Bobby's best season was 17-18. Wasn't 19-20? Wasn't 20-21? So it's 2 seasons since he's been on that kind of goal scoring, like, you know, spree, so to speak. And even though in 19-20 he actually put in some clutch performances and some winning goals, and even towards the end of last season, he started to find some form. I do think, though, however, the way how people do play us, they know how to play Bobby. I'm not saying that he can't be effective, but I just feel like the whole false 9 thing and dropping deep, as good as he is at doing that, I don't think it's as effective going forward anymore. I don't think so. I just think we need that striker, that complete striker, who can do that, but also score chances, because Bobby's never been that guy. Remember, he's a natural 10/second striker. He's never been that guy. So you kind of ask him to kind of go back to that special year that he had, and also ask for these wingers to kind of help him go along. You're asking for too much, in my opinion. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
My problem with this is, right, how many goals Cal did Firmino score in the Premier League in the year we won the league?
Ask me this. I knew
he scored 9 goals when we fucking trounced the league. He scored 9 goals last season. So you can win the league with Bobby Firmino scoring that many goals, because we literally did it. So the problem Liverpool have, as far as I see it, is our front 3 scored too high a percentage of our total goals. That's the issue for me. You know, Mo Salah scored, I think Salah scored maybe 3 more goals last season than the year we won the league, because I don't think he got 20 in the year we won the league. I think he might have got 19, and maybe it was 2022 the year after.
Yeah.
Mane was down 7 goals, but we're not sat here talking about him. Bobby Firmino scored the same amount of goals. Mane scored 7 goals less in the last season than the year we won the league, but we're talking about Bobby Firmino. So why is that? Like, you know what I mean? Why are we going in on Bobby Firmino so hard when he literally scored the same amount of goals? So the problem is, and I don't really like people throwing it, you know, Liverpool need a creative midfielder, but we lost Virgil van Dijk. He scored about 7 or 8 goals a season. Like, you know, big goals. We didn't get anyone scoring our goals. It didn't feel like, other than our front 3 last season. If the front 3 went through a bad patch, no one else was stepping up, were they? Like, Matip used to get headers. Van Dijk gets headers. You know, Trent probably had a better season the year before. It was a whole thing. It wasn't just Bobby Firmino. We didn't win the league. We dropped 30 points because Bobby Firmino. It's just lazy, that.
No, I agree. Put it down to one person. Agreed. Fully agree. I just think, though, because of what we've seen City do last year, and again, City didn't even have that striker that scored 25 goals a season. So it goes to show you can't win the league without that striker. But I just think you're asking a lot from Salah and Mane to keep up those high standards. I think that's what it is. So you're basically saying Salah and Mane, you need to average around 20 in the Prem, around that. And if Bobby chips in with his 10 or whatever, we're cool. But I think it's just a big ask as well, because this will be like their 4th year and whatnot. And to keep those standards up high, which they can do because they are great, I just feel like if we was to get in that striker, it just eases the burden even of Bobby, because even you can start doing rotation. And that's where I feel like we have this like thing in our minds, a lot of us, that Liverpool's front three is always Salah, Mane, Firmino. Some people might now say Salah, Mane, Jota, but I just kind of feel like with Jota and maybe with another signing like Jota, but maybe it's a striker, you can start to rotate a bit more and just eases that burden. Because say, for example, we was to get like, I don't know, like that Vlahovic from Fiorentina. Now, no one knows how good he's going to be. But let's say he was able to chip in with 15 goals. That takes pressure off Bobby. That takes pressure off Salah. That takes pressure off Mane. And that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm picking on Bobby. It's more of a case of, will he be able to uphold that? And you're asking, can Salah and Mane uphold that as well? That's what I'm worried about more so.
Yeah,
and that's why we brought in Jota, though, isn't it? Jota gets his 10 goals last season, while the other lads still get similar to what they got the previous year. So I think that was to relieve the pressure. I think you're right, Matt, to be honest with you. But like the problem is, players like that don't get loved. Like, unfortunately, like I was having this conversation a few weeks ago. Benzema, absolutely top draw footballer, but some people think he's fucking shit because he doesn't score the most goals in the team. Like, I really like Giroud as a player. I wouldn't want Liverpool to sign him, but every time I watch him, his hold-up play is really good. He seems to get amazing goals.
Good striker.
Good striker. But the players who hold up play, who bring others in, unless you're playing in a 10 and you can see what they're doing by I'm passing the ball to you through the lines, no one's going to say, oh, Bob, no one's going to remember Bobby Firmino creating space, are they? You know what I mean? Or
Salah from me.
That space. I'm Callum, mate. You know what I mean? It's just so difficult. And I think you've got a great point, Matt, about the 4 years. That's we don't normally see front threes for that amount of time, probably at the top end. And maybe defenses are sort of getting on to how they play, and and that's where you need to sprinkle Jota in a little bit, don't you?
I agree.
Indeed,
no, fully agree.
Indeed. Another super chat here from Fidel says Hossam Aouar for 20 mil is a potential bargain. Gone very cold on Hossam Aouar, everyone.
Yeah, the fact that he's
a hype.
Yeah,
I think there's more to. It has to be
a hype. Agent trying to get him a move. He had a decent Champions League because they obviously knocked out Man City and all that. He's not a crap player by any means, but nah, I definitely don't think he's as good as all the hype was.
No, do you know what it is? Because if you watch, I think Hossam was good. I don't maybe rate him as highly as some other people, but I think there's got to be more to it, though, Drew. Because if you're telling me that he's available for, let's just say 2025, you're telling me even an Arsenal ain't gone in for him. They're looking more at like Maddison and I don't know. There's just to me like maybe it's his attitude. There's got to be something, because I just find it a bit weird that no one.
It's almost like Fakir 2.0, isn't it?
Yeah, no one's gone in for him.
It literally feels that way. It's
good
really
player,
weird.
though. Not amazing, but good player.
Chris Brack. So please join hashtag Sienna Step. So everyone, LFC Day Trippers, they're doing a really, really important and really good thing at the moment. They're raising money for a young girl called Sienna. She needs life-changing surgery, but in order to get that surgery, she needs to travel to America. So they're raising money for her at the moment. So guys, please make sure you go and check out LFC Day Trippers on Twitter. Got all the information there, and please support that cause if you can. Mr. Dare I Say It says, worst case scenario is VVD and Joe get season-ended injuries again. Oh, I shouldn't even have read
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Konate doesn't Mustafi.
I didn't hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Konate doesn't Mustafi. Matip can't compete anymore for more than 2 games in a row. And Hologram and Reese. Mr. Dare I Say It? Why would you? Are you?
What?
No, what are you doing there?
That's like saying. I won't even say it, but that's just saying a whole heap of stuff.
Yeah, I can't believe you made me read that out.
That's a whole heap of stuff there that can go wrong.
I'm touching wood. That table wood, by the way, nothing naughty before. Mario says, when all are fit, who do you choose for our midfield 3? That's easy, isn't it? Surely.
It picks
It's Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago. Surely.
Yeah,
no one's disagreeing.
I would go 4-2-3-1, so my midfield would actually be slightly different.
So who would your two holders be, Cal?
There'd be no captain.
No. Just let him land. Who would your two or sixes be? Cal?
My
Just
two
think.
sixes would be Fabinho and Thiago with Henderson in rotation.
Henderson. So you put the captain in rotation.
Don't try and throw his name in like that, Cal. You
see the way I said it quick?
On the bench, bro.
He said, "I just put the captain in rotation." It's just to say we wouldn't know.
Yeah. Try out rotation. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, everybody drinks the drink no one likes when they've run out of the good drink, bro. But we're saying, what are you drinking when they're all there, bro?
I would go Thiago and Fabinho in a double pivot.
Okay, so just to clarify, the captain gets rotated more than everyone else, yeah?
If I'm
So
going
you're basically
4-2-3-1.
going Gareth Waistcoat then.
Oh, wait there. Who's your 10?
Oh, Bobby.
And who's your centre forward?
Jota.
I thought for the giggles, Cal was going to say Haaland, you know.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I can't believe you played Hendo in rotation. That is...
I'm not going to argue with anyone who says Hendo starts over Fabinho or Thiago, but in a midfield three, it's undeniable that is our best three. But if we're going 4-2-3-1, I think one of those three has to be in rotation.
Fair enough.
You do remember the stick Firmino used to get playing in the 10, though, right?
Yeah,
he used to get some fucking stick playing in that 10.
But I think that's because Salah's playing as a 9 and Salah's not a natural 9. And I suppose neither is Jota, but I think Jota's more suited to playing through the middle than Salah is.
No, I know, I'm sorry. I'm talking even further back when he first came and he was playing in the 10. Like, people were genuinely questioning what we'd signed.
Yeah, I was one of them because I felt like he didn't have. I felt like he had the body strength of a 7-year-old. He used to get pushed off the ball so easily. Matt, do you remember when I rang you that time and I was like, I'm not doubting that this guy's got skills, but the wind blows him over. Do you remember, bruv? Like,
I kept on saying to you, bruv, trust me, he will. I should say give him time, but I will say this though. Brendan misused him badly, like really bad. Like I remember against Arsenal, he played like left or right wing, and I was like, "What's going on?" So I get it. Like his early days weren't the greatest, and I have to agree. Like he did get criticism, but you could see things that he would do, but it would be so like I know, like sporadic. It'd be like, "Oh, he did it consistently." Then now look where we are now, man. Quality
like
player,
the Villarreal meme. He was doing things like that every now and again.
That's what I mean, man.
Okay.
So Dada retired after that, bro. I ain't seen him since. So there you go.
Zlatan says, "Who is this ray of sunshine?" Referring to Mr. Dare I say it with his absolutely horrible scenarios. Mario says, "Yeah, but what if we sign Tielemans? Who plays? If we sign Tielemans, for me, as much as I rate Tielemans, I think we stick with the same middle three if we're going three in midfield."
Yeah.
Would he get into your 2?
No.
Or would he go into rotation with Hendo?
He'd go into rotation as well.
Carl, you got one sub. Is Tielemans coming on or is Henderson coming?
Depends on the game, man.
City.
Are we winning or losing?
Winning.
Then Hendo.
We're losing.
What if we're losing?
Tielemans.
What are we drawing?
If we're drawing.
Kerr Jones. Kerr Jones is coming on.
You could have, you know those office balls that are meant to keep you calm, those metal ones that you spin around. That's Tielemans and Henderson in Cal's hand when he's trying to make
I'm making them do battles against each other. Like, which one of you wants to come on first? They prove it. Go on, prove it.
Man.
ZZ says, thoughts on Awanini? A chance, maybe? You've seen him. You've seen the size of him. The bloke is a unit. Reminds me of a young Lukaku. He looks huge.
He looks like he's grown. Like, you know, do you remember when we first signed Divock Origi? I think when we bought him, it was about 6'1", and then in about in one summer he's like 6'4". It's like, and he just put on loads of weight. You're like, what's happened? He looks the same, bro. He looks like
a monster.
Bro, he looks like a fridge, bro. He's a unit. He's a unit, bro.
I don't think he gets a chance. Though. Does anyone disagree here? I don't think he gets one.
Probably not. No.
And the last unit was Billy the Kid, right?
Yeah. It was way too soon for him.
That's true.
Way too soon.
Too soon now.
Pete Al says, one player to score a volley in the Champions League final. Great question, this. So you go, the options are Bobby, Gerrard, Suarez, Torres, and Coutinho. And then I've got another question after this.
What you mean?
So hang on a minute.
So the ball is in the air.
Who are you picking?
You need someone to shoot on the volley to potentially score in the Champions League final. Is it going to be Firmino, Gerrard, Suarez, Torres, or Coutinho?
I mean, come on.
That's kind of obvious, but there's a close second, though. There's a close second.
Is there?
Yeah, you have to give him credit. You kind of.
I mean, how far out are we? Are we West Ham far out or Olympiacos far out? Because it doesn't matter.
Listen, I'm just saying. You're sleeping on.
No, don't get me wrong. Suarez's volleys were great, but Gerrard is I'll pick Gerrard over anybody
of course.
in the whole world.
I would go Gerrard, but Suarez pushes him hard, bro.
I don't think he pushes him.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't think so?
Bro, if you said to me that who scores the winning volley from 30 yards out in a World Cup final, pick anyone who's ever lived.
Bro,
I'm probably still picking Steven Gerrard.
I hear you because I think Gerrard is better under pressure moments. But when it comes to technique, don't get me wrong, Gerrard is still the best. But do not sleep on Luis Suarez, bro. Remember the goal we scored against Norwich where he flicked over Leroy first head and half volleyed it from about 25 yards, bro.
Yeah, but that's a little bit different, bro. He set himself up, though, bro. I need West Ham.
I hear you. I hear you.
But he has no right to score from there. Bro.
I hear you, but even then, go look at his Barca days. He does some
He did score some very good volleys.
He does some stupid stuff, you know. I'm picking Gerrard, but no, it is Stevie. But I'm just saying you can't sleep on Suarez like that. I will say that, even though I don't like him, you have to give him props.
I think Suarez was a better volleyer of the ball, but I think Gerrard's a better half volleyer of the ball.
Oh, you're sitting on that. You're doing a me there, Chris.
What? Suarez's volleys are sick.
This is what I'm saying. I
wouldn't want any of them to come at me and ask me who's taking this volley, by the way. But if I had to, and they were running at me, Suarez would kill me. He'd kill me to do that volley, wouldn't he? But I'd have to go with Steven Gerrard. Yeah, it's just because Gerrard does it in the big moments. That's the difference. Yeah. That's the difference, you know.
Yeah, I think it's Gerrard for me. Mario says, I know, read that one. Sorry, yeah. The second question was, and one person to take a penalty in a Champions League final: Salah, Milner, or Gerrard.
I'm going Stevie again.
Do you know what?
Close behind him is Milner, as we spoke yesterday. I just think Milner would be a bit calmer than Salah in terms of like he's the one I feel more confident to score it. But then again, Salah scored a penalty in the final, though, innit? So
I'm actually gonna listen. I'm gonna go Salah, you know. Believe it or not, Salah don't miss penalties, bro.
Bro, they had to give Gerrard 3 penalties in the same game till he missed, bro. Gerrard don't miss, bro.
100%. But it's either Salah or... Do you know what? As much as up there, do you know what? Gerrard's taken more, though. That's what it is. Milner doesn't hardly ever miss at all. Like I think, Cal, you said Milner's missed 1 penalty for Liverpool. I think it is. Is it 1?
2.
Is it 2?
Hold on. No, we had this the other day. Was it 3 in his whole career? But is it 1 at Liverpool?
But 1 for Liverpool, right?
Yeah, 3 in his whole career, 1 at Liverpool. And he's taken like 29 penalties, so he's got a very good conversion rate.
Has Salah missed 1? Is it 1?
He's missed 1 penalty for us as well.
I think Salah was the same. I think he'd missed 3, but he's only taken 24. So it's like he's taken
Gerrard's
missed the same.
Gerrard's missed the most, but he's taken the most. Do you know what? I don't think there's a wrong answer. I just think whoever says they want it, just let them take it. Because I think I'm sitting on the fence.
I'll give you one that's a little bit harder. 25 yards out on the left side of the centre. Who do you want taking your free kick? Suarez, Gerrard, or Coutinho?
Or Trent?
Throw him in if you want.
I'm going Suarez. That one I'm going Suarez.
No, I'm going Coutinho still.
I'm going Coutinho. I'm going Coutinho.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I prefer going Coutinho.
But I can actually name 3 kicks that will keep changing all your minds. Like Gerrard, Aston Villa, last minute.
Yeah, that was in the top right, though.
Arsenal
Top right.
first game of the season.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Coutinho,
Norwich,
Chelsea.
Warren. I could keep naming you games. You'd be like, Jesus, I don't even really know who I want to take this. But
that is true.
yeah.
I'm going Suarez on that one. Sly Ross one says Origi to turn into prime Grant Holt next season. That's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh.
You know?
Shout out to Stro. Been a while, Stro. Hope you're well, bro. Salute to Pajak, legend. Indeed. Hope you're well, Stro.
Man.
Is he still on Premier Battles?
I believe so. I know Bizzo.
He's right.
Bizzo as well.
Right.
Bizzo absolutely destroyed someone the other day. It was actually quite hard to watch, to be honest. I could never be a battle rapper and get dealt with by that. Yeah. Like, I'll be honest, I was watching it, and obviously I'm Bizzo's friend, so I'm rooting for Bizzo. But even at the point, I was just like, all right, Bizzo, enough's enough, man. He's won now, leave it. All right, one last question before let you go, Chris. If Liverpool don't sign any more players this summer, and it's just Konate, where do you think we'll finish the league? In the league, sorry.
First. Sorry. I still back us there. I just think that we are going to be so pissed off this season after what happened last season with the injuries and how unlucky we were. Might be a bit optimistic. No, I'm going to go second. I'll change. I'll go second because we do need another. We do need another player, at least 2 midfielder and a forward, surely.
I'm going to pretend that you said, and everybody will be fit, and I'm going to agree with Chris will win the league.
Matt.
Second.
I'm going second just. I think we'd run City close.
We would.
I think we'd
We
run
need
City
more, though.
very close.
We just need a bit more. And you're asking, like Jeff said, you're asking a lot from Virgil and Gomez to just basically not to pick up even little injuries along the way, because obviously they're coming back from major injuries, and sometimes that can lead to little things as well, like little knocks or little strains here and there. So, but yeah, I think we push them though. If let's just say no one, as you said, no one else comes in, I think we push City, but it wouldn't be enough if we get those 2 players that we're expecting to get. For me, these 2 players are big. They don't have to necessarily be like all worldly names, but as long as they've got enough quality, our Jurgen Klopp knows how to use them, then in my opinion, we win the league. If he gets those 2 quality players, as I said, we can win it. We can.
Can I flip this question, Cal? Can I flip this question?
I'm going to quickly just read out 2 super chats and I'll get back to you, Chris. Mario says, Klopp won't allow it. We're finishing first. And Joe says, which youth players are you excited to see? So I'll answer this one really quickly. Musliowski. That's the one I want to see.
Yes, bro. He's the guy.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see.
Well, you know?
I know. I don't think of Harvey Elliott as a youth player.
As a youth anymore, even though he is.
He's a child, bro.
Yeah.
I know.
Go on, Chris. You were going to say.
I reckon Conor Bradley's the player I want to see, the young right back.
That's a point as well.
Okay.
You know, there's a reason I think that Liverpool are open for Nico Williams to go, and everything I've heard around the football club is that he's ready to take a real step up and really sort of not push Trent, but be the right backup as it was. So I'm really excited to see him. I was going to say on that question about the transfers where we don't sign anybody else, we just sign Konate. Where do you think Liverpool will finish if no one else signs any other players from today either? Because that changes it. Because we're doing is we're basing it on like, oh, City might buy Harry Kane or blah 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 blah. Like no one signs players. Where do we finish?
I would definitely say first.
I'm still going second.
Van Dijk, Gomez, and Konate back
Do you know what it is though, Jim?
Thiago's a year down the line, more ready to wave the magic wand whenever
about
we need
them
him.
being fit though. Do you know what? I'll say this, yeah. Disclaimer. If Virgil van Dijk can stay fit, I think him out of all the other centre backs that have been injured, so that's out of him, obviously Gomez and Matip. If he stays fit and the others kind of, go in and out of the team, but Konate can stay fit as well. Maybe if Phillips is still there, yes, we can win the league. But I think it sounds crazy. It all depends, though, on Virgil's fitness, in my opinion, anyway. Because he is the guy, bruv. He's the guy at the back that gives us that confidence, that solidarity, and allows us to play. He opens up the pitch. Bruv, he's a monster. When strikers come up against him, they're scared of him. Like, that mentality that he brings alone to our defense, he just makes everyone else feel comfortable, bro. Like, everybody. So,
no, bro,
I think it depends on him. I think it depends on him, in my opinion. I think it depends on him.
But if no one else signs any players, I think it would be us, because I can even imagine Matip and Konate having a good partnership if Van Dijk was gone for a couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean? And again, if Matip's not available, then Konate and Gomez or Konate and Phillips. I think at the moment, unless something drastic did happen to not put it in the atmosphere, I think if no one else signed any players, I think we would win the league. If they do, being realistic, maybe second or third, take the banking away. Because Chelsea are going to improve. As Chris said, it's very obvious that those teams aren't going to be sitting on their ass, are they? Even Man United, if they get Varane, do not sleep on them having another good season. So that would be different, do you know what I mean? If we're looking at everyone else. But, who knows, man?
And the last super chat. Slyros one says, Adrian has signed as a cheerleader. The league is already won.
Is he going to be on the Masked Singer next then? Is he on the Masked Singer?
I saw Pepe. I was like, what's going on? Pepe. When I saw Pepe, I was like,
it's not the first time I've seen Pepe sing. Remember when Spain did they win the Euros or was it the World Cup?
He was the
and Pepe was on the stage.
Yeah.
Pepe does this. Maybe we were sleeping on Pepe. Maybe he should have been like one of the singers who led the team out singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" when we had him. You never know. Dean Aldino says, you guys keep saying Firmino isn't a striker because he is a 10. Even as a cam, he's still not good enough. We need someone who can score from midfield as well, to be honest. There's a lot of hurtful stuff being said about Firmino tonight. I'm going to drink some warm apple juice before I go to bed tonight.
By the way, did anyone else notice just how golden Salah and Van Dijk came back into training? I want to know where they holiday because I need to go wherever it was. I'm not.
Well, you know what, Jim?
Listening in the sun, boy. Like, what was going on?
Well, to be honest, when you're making that sort of money per week, what we probably all combined here making a year, I reckon they holiday pretty well, to be honest.
Yeah, I just want to know where they like. Did you see like kind of look like he come out of the hyperbolic time chamber, just looking fresh, bro. Like I was like, hold on a minute, were you on holiday or were you in the what? Are you look like an anime character? Did you not see how Salah's back first day from training looking cut like he's been doing weights all year?
He's been holiday, innit?
With the glistening tan, I'm like, raw boy, these men are eating and living well, boy. I don't know, it's crazy.
I've got Polish blood. Like, there's no way I can get to that colour ever in my life. It doesn't matter where I go. I'm staying the same pasty white colour as I've always been.
Oh boy. Well, Chris, obviously everyone here should be following Redmen TV. If they're not already, please do follow Redmen TV. Your personal channels, Chris, where can people find you?
At Mr. Blood Red on Twitter. That's it, really, to be honest with you. I don't have an Instagram or nothing like that. So, yeah, Mr. Blood Red on Twitter. Thank you very much. Lads, I've really enjoyed that. It's been brilliant.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Really do appreciate it, man. Really do appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and do leave a comment as well. Matt Drift, anything you want to say before we take the people out?
No, man, just big up Chris once again for coming on, and let's hope we're not having this Bobby's missed another chance and we do go and get Haaland, eh?
Mate, if you're telling me I'm getting Haaland, I'm saying, bye, Bobby. You know what I mean? See you later. Thanks.
Let's end the show, guys. Let's end the show.
No, big up Chris again,
I just had a die-hard vibe there, just Chris just letting go of his hand. Just like...
Listen, man, big up yourself, Chris, man. Appreciate you again for coming on, bro.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, Chris. And guys, until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we are our people. Take care.
Hey.